the following. Show me the list of numbers where x is greater than 2. What you'd simply do is draw out your number line, and here I'm asking for a list of a list of numbers that are greater than 2, not greater than or equal to 2. Okay, this is not giving you the greater than or equal sign. No, it's simply asking for numbers that are greater than 2, strictly greater. So you're going to do this. Just draw a bar at the top of that, draw a line on top of it and put a circle there, and there you go. Now you're not going to shade the center because there is no equality sign there, so 2 is not inclusive. If 2 is included in this inequality, then you shade. Are you going to direct it to the right or to the left? Well, look at the arrow here. It says greater, right? And greater is to the right, so there you go. Now that is it. And if you want, you can shade all these lines, all these spaces till you get to infinity, but that is correct. Now this arrow tells you it never stops. So can you do this for me? Show me the set of numbers where x is less than -1. If you draw this again, -1, -2, and so on. For x to be less than -1, you're just going to do the same thing. You're not going to shade the center because it's not inclusive of -1. And then you draw an arrow that goes on till negative infinity. It never comes back. Finally, if you're told to show where x is less than 4, less than or equal to 4, then you have every reason to shade the center of the circle. So if this is 4, 5, and so on, I'm just going to draw it at the top of 4, and I have every reason to shade this. I'm shading that because it says or equal to 4, so you are happy to shade 4, but less than, right? So it doesn't go this way, it goes backwards. Less than, so every other thing to the left of 4 is less than. Now that is it. I think I need to just show you one more thing. If you're told to show where x is less than 5 and 2 is less than x, let me just say x is less than or equal to 5 and 2 is less than x. What this means is that x is in between 2 and 5 but inclusive of 5. What that is going to be, now take note, you're having two conditions, right? So you have to bear that in mind. You've got 0, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah blah blah, -1, -2, -3, and so on. So where do we have 5? You've got 5 here. First thing to do is shade the center because you don't want to forget that. Next thing to do is look at 2. 2 less than x means that x is greater than 2. So if I had x greater than 2 already, as I've shown you in the previous question here, that's exactly what this is saying, because 2 less than x means x greater than 2. So, but it's not inclusive of 2, so you don't need to shade that. Now this wants to go that way and this wants to come this way because x less than 5 means go the other way. So what happens? There is not going to be any arrow in between because it's going to meet. This is going to meet and they're not going to go anywhere else because this is the region where x is in between 2 and 5 and inclusive of 5. Good. That was looking at inequality representation on the number line. Whoa, I am so careless, am I not? Alright, next thing here will be to look at fractions and decimals. I think that's important, yeah? Okay. Fractions. Do you know that we have 3 different types of fractions? We've got the proper fractions, we've got